And now the chairman of this great caucus, Amos Kisilu, and all the professionals from Kitui, good evening. Paitu moyaseo? Moyaseo yengi? Asante sana. To start with, let me say thank you very much, CS, for inviting me to come this evening and have a little chat with these professionals. For us, we went to school quite a while ago, and the kind of work we do on a daily basis of working with the ordinary Kenyans, when we get an opportunity to talk to professionals, we get very privileged. See, when you talk to doctors, you feel like one. No, there was a process in biology called osmosis. You know, so when you sit with learned people, people who have gone to school properly, a fellow like me who have masomo yangu iko chini kidogo, through osmosis, I also get enriched. So it's really a great evening. It's a great evening. And CS Malonza, let me tell you, what you have done is almost next to impossible. Getting 300, 400 professionals, busy people, people who have their own money, they are busy doing their own things, to leave whatever they are doing for 3-4 hours and come and sit is not a joke. I really want to say that is leadership, and that is what is required, not just in Kitui, but across the country. And for you professionals, let me also thank you for being selfless. You are all busy people. Looking at you, you are not lacking. There's really nothing you need from this years. It's really patriotism and the love for the people of Kitui. That's why you are here. Because there is nothing that you can get from this meeting. But you have left whatever you do. You have driven here. You are here, it's late at night, to have a conversation, to make lives much better for your parents and the people you left in the village. So that when you go home, when you look around, you feel proud to have come from Kitui. There is nobody who is sane, who is happy to go back home and find roads are impassable. There is no water. Children are Jiggers infested. The schools are leaking. Anybody with some sense feels very challenged. But because these things you cannot do, you cannot build roads no matter how rich you are. You cannot do a dam no matter how rich you are. These are services that are given by government. And that is why you are here, to discuss the development of your county. Politics are two things. Politics is a struggle for scarce resources. Period. Let nobody cheat you about politics. Igine yote ni porojo. Is a struggle for scarce resources. And because the resources are scarce, they must be influenced. That is why people want their son to be president, so that he can influence scarce resources to come to their place. There is no other reason. That is why people look for a governor whom they know to influence resources to come to their area. So, as you make decisions in choosing leadership, always at the back of your mind, remember, it is about struggle for scarce resources. And that is why everybody desires to be in government, so that you can influence the allocation of resources that are meager and scarce. We have a budget of about 3-point-something trillion. Our revenue base is 2.2 trillion. We have a deficit of almost 1 trillion. Those resources are required by everybody. You need roads in Kitui, you need mega dams, you need schools, you need everything. The resources are hardly enough. Where I come from in Nyeri, we want the same resources. Makueni, they want the same resources. Masaku, same resources. Kisumu, same resources. So, that is why you fight hard through the ballots to have enough representation in government to influence, harness, and look for those resources to come and develop your area. From where I sit, from my little geography and history, and a bit of travel in this country, Kitui County and the Akamba Nation in general requires affirmative action. That affirmative action will only be achieved when you are adequately represented on the decision-making table when scarce resources are being discussed and distributed. If you are absent from that table and the resources are scarce, what happens? What happens? For the last 12 years, you are not on that table. Other people are on that table. The few people you have on that table don't have the necessary muscle to push your agenda. Today we have people in the cabinet. They come and push your agenda. It goes to parliament. The people you have there are not in government. Which office can they enter and lobby? So a decision by one leader isolates an entire community. And not once, not twice, thrice. You can't do the same thing all the time and expect different results. But I've come here today because the Bible says, among the 10 who are healed, only one came to say thank you. I'm that person. At least in all this political madness in Ukambani, the people of Kitui decisively and intelligently gave William Ruto and I 28%. I have come to say thank you. And I want to say every journey starts with a single step. In the political staircase of this country, you made so many steps. Because there is a requirement of so many counties for a presidential candidate to have 25% and above. Kitui was among them. And for that, President William Ruto and I are entirely very grateful. And I want to tell you, from where I sit, from my knowledge of the political perspective of this country, you are moving in the right direction. Kitui County is headed places. And that is why, when I talked about that a government is like a company with the shares, some people thought I'm out of my mind. I'm not. Sijasoma sana, lakini I know one or two things. Iko kitu mimi najua. And I've been around for a while. I was in the government of President Daniel Arap Moi. I used to do his speeches. I was personal assistant to Professor Philip Mbithi when he was head of the public service and secretary of the cabinet. I have served in this country as an administrator for 15 years. I was personal assistant to President Uhuru Kenyatta. I helped him to become president. Then akafika pale, akatusahau, akatugeuka. I am now deputizing President William Ruto. I have seen each and every succession. I know one or two things, just being around and listening and just being ordinary and talking to ordinary people, walking with them, having tea with them, taking their phones. I get to know many things. President made a decision to reward the people of Kitui handsomely. And we said, these people of Kitui, against the Azimio wave gave us 28%, they must be rewarded because loyalty must count for something. And that is why the president appointed Penina Malonza as Cabinet Secretary for Tourism. Even siku alifika pale parliament, akashituka na makamera na nini na wabunge, which is normal. She has never been in that situation. And a human being is a human being. Facing hii wabunge hapana mchezo. Na hii makamera ingine iko na manyoya nini. So akachanganyikiwa pale kidogo. And you know pale ukichanganyikiwa the first question, maneno imeisha. The president and I made a decision that we must start with this lady from Kitui. And we told our members of parliament, barabara ni hiyo. That was our decision. That lady is okay, give her a chance. And tukapanga kanisa Kitui. We came there to lobby the Ukambani MPs. Musiende kuangusha mtoto wenu and give credit where it's due. They came and joined hands with us. We overturned that thing. Today she is Cabinet Secretary. And the president made the right decision. I want to tell you today, not because she is here, in terms of commitment, passion, zeal, focus, hard work, this lady has no equal in the cabinet. And I never regret coming to Kitui to lobby and calling our MPs. If there is a daughter of Kitui who has a commitment to serve, it is Penina Malonza. And the president and I are very happy with her, and I work very closely with her. Tukatoka hapo, tukatafuta mweke. Ndio huyu ni PS wetu wa livestock, and he's doing a good job. Huyu Dr. Juma, she was with me in high school. Na ndio umesikia huyu commissioner akisema ni mzuri ujuane na watu. Because ukiulizwa nani najua huyu, kama hakuna mtu nakujua, where do you start? I was with her in the university. When President Uhuru nominated her as Cabinet Secretary, I made a speech on the floor of Parliament to support her nomination because I know her. So when the president asked me, huyu Monica unaonaje? So you can imagine I had good things to say. Because Monica is also intelligent, she's focused, and she takes time to research. Today, she is the National Security Advisor to the President. He travels with her wherever he goes out of this country. She is a secretary. She sits with us as the secretary of the National Security Council. She is an important person in the security architecture of this country and a trusted aide of the president. Even when your leader was taken to hardship by Yule Mzee, even without consulting him, you didn't get anything like what we have given you. Just compare. Dr. Monica Jua sits with the cabinet. You have 2 people there. Huyu commissioner tumempea. Huyu Alex Musau tumempea. Huyu Bagula huyu. I worked with this man in Nairobi. Na mimi nikamwambia, I told him, my friend, wewe fanya kazi. President na mimi ni watu ya shukurani. Just work. He was supposed to be deputy governor ya Margaret Wanjiru. When we stepped her down, nikamtafutia lori na nini, nikamwambia nenda ukoroge hii Akamba, ulete ile kitu utalete tuorganize. Akakoroga, tukapata kitu. Saa ile tumefika, ndio huyo sasa ni chairman. Because sisi ni watu ya shukurani. And I want to say, you have said unataka appointments ya huyu Charles Nyamai, mheshimiwa. And even after we had become president, Ruto ameshinda, serikali imeundwa,